Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your jam. It's your jam to the space. Hey, what is up, guys? It's me, Anthony, here to give you guys another review, and this time it is for the movie Space Jam: A New Legacy. That is right, guys. We finally, after years and years of wanting this, just remember, we asked for this. We get the sequel to the much anticipated Space Jam, and we have Space Jam: A New Legacy with LeBron James. And while I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, it's not what I wanted. Superstar NBA player LeBron James and his son Dom get trapped in a digital space by a rogue AI named Al G. That is the lamest name ever. To get home, LeBron teams up with Bugs Bunny and the rest of the Looney Tunes in a life or death battle so LeBron James can get his son back and return back to the real world. So let me get to the point and just talk about the stuff that I did like about this movie, because there's actually quite a few stuff that I enjoyed. I was actually surprised at how much I actually laughed in this movie. There was quite a few jokes. Granted, they were dad jokes. I guess I'm just getting to that age, but I found them really entertaining. I laughed out loud a couple of times because this movie knows what it is for the most part, and it makes fun of itself. And I think those are probably the most effective parts of the film, when it's just knowing that it's Space Jam and knowing that it has LeBron James in its lead and knowing that he's just an athlete, you know, a really, really good athlete. He's not an actor, so don't expect that much in that front. And my favorite moment with LeBron James and the Looney Tunes is just that. Just when they're together, especially when he's like tunatized and in the Toon world and talking to Bugs Bunny and all the rest of the Looney Tunes. That was fun. I liked that. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the 2D animation. I also thought that Don Cheadle's performance was over the top, hammy, and he just looked like he was having a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. It was kind of refreshing to have at least one person in the movie that you know that can act and was really like having fun. And I think that was kind of contagious because you kind of can tell that everybody was just having fun. I mean, this is Space Jam: A New Legacy, Space Jam 2. If you watch the first Space Jam, it's not that good. Though I love it, it's not good if you're gonna look at it on a technical standpoint. So coming into Space Jam 2, that's just all I wanted, just people having fun. And this movie provides that. I also thought that the message of be yourself, though it's not a original message or a message that we haven't seen before. Lots of other films have done this kind of message. And just for me, as somebody who grew up being told that I should be playing basketball, you're 6'5", you're black, you know, you should play basketball, you know, I didn't really want to do that. And I luckily had people around me that encouraged me to do stuff that I really wanted to do. You know, like sit down and look at a camera and talk to myself about a superstar athlete that makes millions and millions of dollars that is in a movie from my childhood that I really enjoyed. So yeah, you know, I'm moving on up. But with all that good feeling out of the way, we've got to talk about the problems, the issues, the weirdness that was in this film. And first off, the biggest thing for me is just this movie just feels all over the place. It feels like we're in the mind of Bugs Bunny. It just jumps all over the place with its pacing. We go to these different WB properties, you know, like Game of Thrones, Matrix, Wizard of Oz, stuff like that, Harry Potter, stuff like that. But when we go to these scenes, we just are there for like 2 seconds. And then we're on to the next one and there for 2 seconds and we go to the next one. And I just felt like if you're gonna show off the properties, which you have, which is an impressive lineup of properties that you have, you know, spend more time in there, like get us involved in the world or something like that. Instead of just like, you know, putting scenes from really old movies that don't even look updated and just putting Looney Tunes characters into them and then showing us them doing stuff that we've already seen before, but just tunatized and then just going somewhere else. Just didn't work. Also, you know, this isn't really a big issue. I just felt like the animation when the Looney Tunes get like real-tized or something. I'm just making up words today. But when they get all like clean and nice and fresh kind of animation, I didn't really like it. I felt like the 2D animation worked a little bit better. You know, call me old-fashioned, call me an old fart or whatever, or call me just like, you know, annoying. I just felt like that the original animation in the first Space Jam looked a lot better and better contrast with like live action than they did with this new 3D animation and the live action. And they have this new style of basketball, this new like advanced version of basketball. It's kind of similar to like a video game, something like NBA Jam, if you ever played that game, where it's like over the top arcade basketball kind of stuff. And I didn't really like that. I felt like it took away from the film because, you know, just play basketball, have a nice basketball game, just like the original. I pretty much just wanted the original just with LeBron and replace Michael Jordan. But I think that my biggest issue with this film is when we actually do get to that basketball match and they introduced a crowd of every single WB property known to man spectating and watching this basketball game. It just feels overwhelming and it distracts from the basketball game because this basketball game is going on, but then they'll pan to like, look in the background, there's Scooby-Doo, there's the Animaniacs, there's this. It made me so like interested in what was going on in the background more so than what was actually happening and being said on the court. And it's a shame because I just wanted to see, you know, basketball match, you know, LeBron James and Looney Tunes versus the wannabe, you know, Monstars, the Goon Squad, is that what they're called? They have nothing on the Monster. Overall, I think that this movie is okay. I don't think it's the most worst movie I've seen in 2021. I don't agree with the people that say that this is the most horrible movie they've ever seen. It's Space Jam 2. I mean, what did we expect? For the most part, there was stuff that I liked and stuff that I didn't like. I think that kids will enjoy it. I think that some adults will enjoy it, which clearly they do, I see on Twitter. And ultimately, I think that this is just a really hard movie to do. I mean, I don't envy the people that made this movie, the director, the writer, everybody involved making this movie. You guys had a hard task. I think you executed it as best as possible. I think you did a good job. It's just, for me personally, this is just my opinion, it didn't really work. And that's not to say that, you know, I don't want to see a Space Jam 3 because, you know, I do. I hate to say it, but I do want to see a Space Jam 3. Maybe they can improve upon the mistakes that they had, you know, get some positive feedback. Hopefully this is like a positive feedback kind of message. But I think that this is going to be a movie that I do end up still buying just to have it because I love Space Jam and I did love elements about this movie. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan? Yeah, I'm gonna start that debate. Also guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Also check out my Twitter so you can stay up to date with my channel. And remember guys, keep watching movies.